Wednesday, everyone. Mark Abrams here in Philadelphia. I got who do I got online here? My man Brandon Brandon Chambers, who on October 23rd is taking on undefeated Blake Quintana at the live casino in Maryland. How you doing, Brandon?
I'm doing great, Mark. Yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. So talk to us about this fight coming up on Saturday night, October 23rd.
And next Saturday night, the 23rd, this is going to be a spectacular show put on by Jetta Promotions. It'll also be my first time fighting for a title. I'll be fighting for the ABF Atlantic title against another undefeated fighter, which is this show is going to be fireworks here.
Are you gaining more confidence? I saw your last couple fights in Philadelphia. It seems like you're gaining even more confidence with each fight. You're a very confident guy to begin with, but
Yes,
it seems
sir.
like you're gain more confidence with each fight.
Absolutely, because like a lot of people know I don't have that much amateur experience, so I'm really learning on like the job. It's just like being a policeman. Like I pretty much didn't like I learned I just got like the meat and potatoes in the academy, but like I really learned on the field, and that's how it is with boxing now. Like I'm learning as I go along with each fight.
Talk about coming back to Maryland. You said you came up to Philly. First of all, I just noticed you. What's up with that mustache?
Oh yeah,
What,
you don't like it?
what, do you, what is it? You got the little curl on the end of the mustache?
Yeah.
You must have been bored one day or something, right?
Oh, I actually was like, I really haven't been like grooming up my like, face and hair, so I said I'll do that after camp. So
And
I just been.
the great thing about Brandon, he'll tell everyone he's handsome, but it makes him even more handsome. But
Right.
so just talk about getting back to Maryland to fight.
Man, like living in Georgia and then being able to come back and fight fight in front of all of my family, friends, and fans. Like this is gonna be big. Like I can't wait to come back, man. Like it's just gonna be awesome.
I mean, I was shocked, and we talked about when I saw you in Philadelphia about the amount of people you brought up to Philly, from Maryland, from Georgia. Not that I
Right.
was shocked at, but we normally don't see that from people who are not from the Philadelphia area.
Right. Yeah. Like that was actually huge for me. It was like, wow, I bring all these people from Maryland, DC, Virginia, Mississippi, Atlanta, New York, all just to see me fight in Philadelphia. That was awesome.
Obviously, it's a bigger venue, so we expect more turnout for you on October 23rd.
Absolutely.
So, talk about Blake Quintana. What does he bring to the table? 4-0.
Don't know much about him. Haven't really seen any tape on him that I can find. Seeing his box rec, our opponents like mirror pretty similar. I'll be his best opponent. He'll be mine's. Only thing I know about the kid is his family owns a boxing gym. So
That's so you know about his family, but not about him.
no.
That's interesting. I was about to ask. I know you put you obviously not a lot of amateur experience, as you said about yourself. Kind of working your way, fighting a couple guys that you're probably expected to beat. Now fighting a guy at least on paper 4-0. I mean, do you prepare harder? I mean, I'm sure you always prepare very hard, but you expecting this to be maybe a little bit more competition for you?
Um, to be honest, I train for him like how I train for every fight because one punch can train everything. So like I'm training just as hard as I did any other time because like you never know who's going to show up. So I'm definitely going to be ready for him now with whatever he brings.
In your first six fights, have you seen opponents before the hand for the most part, or no?
Only two of them, and that helped a little bit. But like when you got a different guy in front of you, like you probably bring out the best in a person or the worst in like a person. So like you really can't judge a book by its cover, and so especially judge somebody off tape with how they fighting someone else versus how they're going to fight you.
Talking about you, very special relationship with your promoter Tony Jeter. Even before I even met you, he was just talking so glowingly about you. It's a very special relationship that even yeah, it's almost like a brother type
Yeah,
relationship.
yeah,
I mean, to speak on that.
yeah. He's like my annoying big brother that always plucks my nerves. Like, nah, but like I love Tony to death. He's also my youngest child's goddad.
Oh, I didn't even know that. So even more even more closeness with you two.
Yeah, he family now. Yeah, it was like it was it's real funny because either with him, either you love him or you hate him. As an amateur,
Sometimes in the same day.
right. As an amateur, I boxed on two of his amateur cards. I lost one, I won one, and then after that, kind of walked away from boxing. Then I started back up again, just training. Then when he came to the police department, he did a ride along. I seen him sitting back in like my chair. I'm like, hey, do you remember me? He had this stupid look on his face, like, no, am I supposed to, sir? I said, I told him who I was and everything. He was like, "Oh my God, that is you! You cut your hair." I said, "Yeah, I had to." So, and then ever since then, I forged an unbreakable bond.
So was that actually him who she said after a couple tournaments you kind of stepped away from boxing a little bit? Was
Right.
he the one who kind of pushed you? No, I won't say pushed. That's the wrong word, but kind of maybe urged you or maybe led you back into boxing.
No, I actually just started training again. It's like whenever you stop and then like you go visit the gym and like you just smell that like you smell like the sweat and blood and just the competitiveness and like the gym, it just draws you back in. So that's what happened to me because my boxing gym was also on my post. So I go in and just check on like the guys, and then one day it just hit me, and this was even before Tony had walked into my precinct.
What was how long was that hiatus from boxing?
3 years.
Oh wow. And then and at that point you turned pro, or did you have a couple more amateur fights after that?
Yeah, no, I said, man, I said, fuck this. I had just turned pro because I just figured I was getting too old for the amateurs, and I figured like, well, I might as well get paid for like fighting.
That's always been my philosophy. If someone's going to punch me, I better get paid for it. So,
Right.
so you got this fight, and I know all of Tony's shows there. I know you fought on a couple at the Maryland at the Live Casino in Maryland, Hanover, Maryland. Been massive crowds there, not only to see you, but the rest of the card. What's that
Right.
like fighting in front of 4 or 5 thousand people?
To be honest, like I never think about it till after like the fight is over. I'd be like, holy shit, I just fought in front of all these people. Wow. Like, cause as an amateur, I never fought in front of that many people. So like, I guess that's a good thing. I kept kept focused on my opponent and not like the nervousness of having everyone around just watching me, especially with that like big of a venue.
Have those obviously we mentioned that you bring a lot of people, but the people who weren't there to see you, did they become fans of Brandon Chambers as well?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's most definitely like I'm improving my defense, but a lot of people like my style because like is action packed, and I press forward and I keep punching.
Two knockouts in Philadelphia. Again, like we said before, a lot of fans came to see you, but everyone loved you in Philadelphia.
Right.
Two knockouts there. Talk about that quick experience.
Oh man, like it was great, and just like fighting in Philly, like getting two stoppages up in the town where I lost the amateur fight at, like that just felt great, and I also felt like a few of the Philly fans adopted me as their own, and I hope to fight it in Philly again so that more of the Philly fans and just Philadelphia can adopt me as their own. That's a great place to fight in. Like, that's one of the big meccas of boxing to me.
You like I said, it says 5-0-1 on your record, but you ducked a big opponent in Philadelphia. You know that, right? You, but he's like, well, now I'm gonna tell him. So there's a delicacy in Philadelphia called the Philly taco, where you wrap Jim Steaks, which is one of the big steak sandwiches place, inside a slice of Lorenzo's pizza, which is like this big. I mean, let me. It's literally like this big, and people, you can look it up, Philly taco. And both times he came to Philly before after the fight, I'm gonna eat a Philly taco. Didn't go either time.
Yeah,
You duck,
I'm gonna get that done. Watch.
In our business, you duck the Philly taco.
See, listen, I'm gonna have Jetta promote that. It's gonna be the hitter versus the Philly taco.
You know what? I even offered to buy the steak sandwich part of it, and you still ran from it. It's unbelievable.
We're gonna work it out.
Next time in Philly, we're gonna when we do our pre-fight interview, we're gonna talk a little bit about the boxing, and maybe I'll bring a Philly taco. I mean, I'm not gonna eat it. I'll bring it on just to get your juices flowing.
That's a deal. Please, yes, bring me that. Yes,
I'm gonna put it right in front of the screen and dangle it for you just to get you going. And then you'll see Chambers weighs in 143 the next day instead of 126, and then he'll blame it on he'll blame it on me. So any last things, Brandon, before we let you go?
I just like to give a shout out to Tony and Kristen Jetta over at Jetta Promotions. A few of my sponsors, Zoe from Vital Hydration, my mom at Mimi's Ice Cafe, Brian Shea over at Tactical.
What's Mimi's Ice Cafe? That sounds interesting.
That's my mom's ice cream shop where she specializes in infused ice cream with alcohol.
Well, I'm not. I don't drink, but I'm an ice cream. Can I get ice cream without the alcohol? Do people come in there and do that? Do they look at you? They look at you funny if you go in there and you don't eat the special alcohol?
No, not at all. She has three of my favorites, which I have to stay away from now. She has an apple pie, there's an oatmeal cookie craving, and a cheesecake cookie monster. Oh my God!
They got cookie dough in there.
Yes,
I'm there. Just give me 2-3 scoops of cookie dough, and I'm good to go.
Oh, yeah. And also,
now where is this located?
This is located in Lawrenceville, Georgia, 718 East Krogan Street.
How far is that from the ATL?
It's about half an hour.
Well, if I'm I just did a broadcast there in April, so if I'm ever down there, I might have to somehow get an Uber and
absolutely
get some. I'm gonna go eat some ice cream right now after this interview's done. You're making me hungry here. So where do we find you on social media?
Yes, you can find me on Facebook at Brody Chambers, but my main platform that I'm always on is on IG. That's _team.Brody. Again, that's _team.Brody. You can find me there. You can send me questions, anything. Like I am a open book.
Hold on, I'm gonna put this on the screen for you. Hold on.
Okay. And also a shout out to my other sponsor, the Sporty Dog, which they're hosting a hot dog named after me called the Hitter. The Hitter is a spicy slaw with sriracha and a pickle spear served on a potato roll.
So this interview has been a little bit about boxing, but a lot about Philly tacos, ice cream, and hot dogs.
Yes, sir.
I can deal with it. I wish all interviews were like this. So we got an _team.Brody on IG.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you on October the 23rd at the Live Casino Maryland down in Hanover. Kind of homecoming kind of fight, isn't it?
Absolutely. The homecoming.
Brandon Chambers, thank you for a few minutes of your time. We will see you on Saturday night, October 23rd.
Yes, sir.